Hi guys, hello, Mary meets everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It's actually Monday. It's the 8th. Is this 8th? Yeah, I think it's the 8th. You think it's... I don't even know what day it is. Alright, I don't have my watch on this way. Anyway, today is Monday, I can tell you that. And we are going to have a live stream out here today at 8 o'clock at night again. Because it's going to be cool enough to do it. We could do it in the studio, we could do it outside. But I wanted to do it outside because it's a little bit better and it's a nicer environment when the weather is good and it's not too windy or too cold. But I wanted to talk about today is a couple of reminders. Number one, an anonymous donor, he wants to remain anonymous. He actually told me who he is, but that's not the point. Has donated $220 towards getting the studio phone line put back in. But he reminded me to remind you that you, the audience, are going to have to help finance the every month bill. What it means by that is it's about $108 to $113 a month for the home phone, studio line, and the internet bill. And so if everybody gave $10 a month towards my Patreon, which should be in the description below, you will make it possible for us to get the phone lines on sooner than October. And the reason I didn't mention the stimulus money only because Mitch McConnell, the Republican majority speaker in the House or in the Senate, is basically sitting on his hands and not doing shit. All right, we already know that. And the problem is that because he's not doing shit, he's not focusing on what the people need, the stimulus bills are probably going to end up just sitting and die off because nothing's happening. However, you can call the congressional switchboard and you can leave a message for Mitch McConnell. I did this morning. I told him on the switchboard that people need that money. The emergency money for the People's Act by Kamala Harris bill is the best of the bunch. And because even though it's kind of high, I'm sure they can modify it somewhat. People have been desperate. Without the stimulus money, a lot of people haven't been spending money, which is not stimulating the economy. The original idea of doing just $1,200 in March made sense because people did not expect that this was going to end going on as long as it did, and it's gotten pretty bad, okay? And as we know from the George Floyd protests, the protest wasn't just about police brutality. It was not just about police reform. It also included frustration at the government itself for the lack of support of the people. So, that's why they went as far as going protesting in front of the White House. They want the government to do something about the problem and not wait and excuse everybody else and go, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, guys. You're going to be fine. The economy's going to be fine. My eyeballs are getting better, too. Yeah, they are. Okay. So, yeah. So, they're just making excuses to doing nothing. And people are rightfully going, when is the government going to give us the stimulus that we need? When is the HEROES Act going to pass? Honestly, guys, I hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but I don't think you're going to see a stimulus check from the HEROES Act until August. Okay. The government is doing the Senate is doing everything they can to avoid that the bill. They're doing everything they can to fill their agenda with everything else They're taking all these holidays over and over again because they don't want to deal with it. This is a personal plea to Mr. Mitch McConnell. But I'm going to, I have to come up with a title for a video that answers what the video is about. And I don't really know what's the best title would be. But here's what I would like to remind Mr. Mitch McConnell. Mr. McConnell, you work for the American people. We appointed you into office as a senator. We voted you in, and if you do not do what you were entrusted by us to do, we will vote you out of office just as easily. I know that, Mr. McConnell, you think that it is fiscally irresponsible to issue out stimulus checks because the economy needs to recover on its own. Mr. McConnell, if it wasn't for the fact that the situation of at least 30 million American people being out of a job, and only 2.5 million people going back to work, this is really a drop in the bucket. It's not even enough to really say it's much of a major improvement. A lot of the states are still in phase 1, including Connecticut. Okay, people are falling behind in their bills, their rents, their mortgages. You need to not sit on your hands and go wait and see. Larry Kudlow, the chairman there over the stimulus or the Federal Reserve, Mr. Powell, Jerome Powell, and others have said, you got to do something. And you're sitting there and you're making excuses over and over again, saying things like, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. No, wait and see is over. You've been watching since the whole pandemic began. How much more data do you need? The May report came out. The May report has already shown you the situation is not good. Okay, the patient is still in the ICU. The patient may be off the respirator, but he has secondary infections, and you have to deal with the secondary infections. Okay? And you need to, which in this case, you got people that have basically fallen behind in their bills because the first stimulus didn't do enough. Kamala Harris and a few others came up with a couple reasonable programs to help get the economy back on its feet. The Emergency Money for the People's Act by Kamala Harris and is co-sponsored by several other senators is a good program. Okay, maybe you don't want to do it as long of a period. Maybe you might say is, okay, I can see the retroactive money. Let's leave that in there, $2,000 a month, and let's run it for a period of about maybe 3 months instead of a year. Okay, the point is that you have not even begun negotiations at anything that is of importance to the American people. You have made all kinds of crazy excuses, and you have focused on everything that does not help the American people at all. Mr. McConnell, I'm asking you to take up your responsibility and do what you have to do and get the thing done. This is no reason why you need to make excuses until after July 4th. I know what you're really thinking. Let's put it into the next fiscal year of the federal government. That's kind of irresponsible of you. Okay? Considering the fact that it's an emergency. People need that stimulus money. If you're on Social Security disability, Donald Trump's payroll tax cut is going to hurt any money that goes into Social Security and Medicare. Now, that's not helpful either. I can see why people would want to see their payroll taxes cut. I understand why Donald Trump sees that payroll reduction is a good thing. But the thing is the average American person is not going to see enough benefit in payroll tax reduction to really benefit from it. Okay? You would have to be definitely close to the 1%ers to really see a major stimulus out of that. Mr. McConnell, majority of the people do not need to see the well-to-do fat asses get a pay tax cut. They know that those people have been paying their bills and been paying their mortgages the whole time. Those people are the ones that are getting well-to-do and well-endowed by this pandemic. Things company restaurants that, for example, can do delivery have been doing gangbusters. Shops like barber shops, hardware stores, local grocery stores that don't have delivery are getting the shaft. People need your help to help the average 70% of Americans that are seriously wondering, why is the government not helping us? You're so worried about the other upper crusties that you're not focusing on the American consumer's needs. The American consumer is asking for a life preserver, not an anvil. Stop throwing them anvils. Give us a life preserver. We need your help. This, for example, the first CARES Act, it should have been $1,200 a month, not just one $1,200 check. Because of all the fiascos with the Internal Revenue Service, a lot of people did not get their money yet. I got mine, okay, but I'm one of the lucky ones. But a lot of people did not. And those people are still looking for their checks in the mail. Or heaven forbid, under Direct Express or the American stimulus card that some people received and didn't know what to do with it. Because no one explained that their stimulus was going to be coming on a debit card. And that's another thing. Why do you already got Direct Express? Why do you have to create a whole other credit card just to go out there and pay the people when you're already working in a contract with the first provider of Direct Express? It makes no sense. Yet, that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what the Congress did. And that's what the Senate agreed to this. It's stupid. You have messed up. And you're still messing up today. Because you're not focusing on the needs of Americans who call your office, who call your associate's office. They're saying to you, we need the support. And you're saying, wait and see. Mr. Mitch McConnell, wait and see until November. Let's see if you even have a job. And here's the sad thing. You're actually risking Donald Trump's presidency. Even though he hasn't done anything wrong, people are so fed up with what's going on, and they see Republican on the ballots, they're probably not going to click any candidate. It's not a shame. You and all those senators are sitting on their hands and knees going, wait and see, are risking every single non-possible election for every single Republican. Biden, heaven forbid, is actually getting more power in the polls right now. You guys need to do something. And Kamala Harris, Andrew Yang, and Tulsi Gabbard, why in the hell did you leave the Democrats' primaries? You guys are way better than Biden is. Why did you choose to leave the primaries and allow him to come in as the potential presidential candidate. You guys know he's a crotchety old guy. He clearly has issues with his health. And yet, you guys threw in the towel. But the fact of the matter is Joe Biden is not, it's younger than Donald Trump. I think they're about the same age. Okay? But clearly, he's starting to suffer from senile dementia. And that's what I worry about with any president of the age of these two candidates. Mr. Trump, I love you very much, but I have to warn you, please make sure to watch out for senile dementia. You're at that age where, just like Ronald Reagan, you're going to possibly start to have memory issues. Just the same thing with you, Mitch McConnell. You too are at that age where you might say, I do not recall. And when that happens, you got a problem. Right now, Mr. Mitch McConnell, you, however, have a credibility issue with the American people. I just wish to God that you would actually show people in the U.S. that you understand the severity of the issue at hand and would do something. And if you don't, you're not going to be in office in November because you'll be voted out by the American people during Election Tuesday. I promise you, people do not forget. That's all I wanted to say. Now, guys, as far as the rest of you goes, we are going to be live tonight at 8 o'clock. What are we going to cover? I don't know. But last night we had an excellent live stream. We kind of got split in half, but basically we covered police reform. We talked about a lot of other things besides that, small things. And I certainly did talk about the stimulus, and I did talk about the phone lines. If you really seriously want to see the phone lines come back, guys, you really are going to have to help out here. Okay? You can do so by sending my money to my Patreon, becoming a monthly Patreon pledge. It's not that expensive. And eventually, you can put as much as you want. But we need to get about $100 per month in pledges to make the phone line a reality. I've got the money with security deposit, but as I explained to the donor, I can't use it until we get a monthly pledges kind of come in as a stable source, and then we can do something. So to do that, go to www.patreon.com/BICHELA and make a pledge for whatever you can spare for a monthly pledge, and that will help you to make it happen. We need $100 minimum. Ideally more than that, but it depends how many people sign up. So just go to www.patreon.com/BICHELA. Also, if you want to make a one-time payment, you can make it to www.paypal.me/BICHELA. So www.paypal.me/BICHELA. We really would love to see you guys have the phone lines back and doing the panels and getting things back the way they used to be. We're working on it. I'm walking better, and so physically, mobility-wise, I'm slowly returning to my old feisty self. So you'll see that more and more. Hopefully. Also, we need to continue to remind you that we need to get to 1,000 subs so that we can get mobile live streaming directly using the YouTube app, and then we can go and start doing things when we start going to phase 2 and phase 3 of the coronavirus bullshit. We'll be able to maybe go out to eat out once in a while, do some McDonald's, do some ABC pizza, more regular basis, and have a good time. Also, to Boston Girl Bridget, yes, I am looking forward to the day where you and I will do a show on my channel. a live stream. I don't know when, but I am looking forward to that, when we will be able to do that. Okay, for everybody else, there are other people who wanted to do live streams with me. So if you are interested, or you want to be in a live stream with me, I don't have any particular dates yet. I just know is that because of the coronavirus, people have seriously, their whole social patterns are totally screwed up and are making some people very uncomfortable with making any definitive plans. Also, Dr. Fauci has said that because of the George Floyd riots and the fact that people were not wearing the PPE, he suspects that there's going to be an extreme outbreak of COVID-19 again because of the riots and all the people not wearing the PPE. So if you were at the George Floyd protests, go ahead and get your test done for danger cooties, and let's get this. Make sure you don't get sick. Self-incubate, please. Please self-isolate. I know it's scary to think of, but we don't need to see this thing to become a major problem again. We really don't. All right, guys. That's it. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you real soon. Okay? Bye-bye.